Good morning, student. Today we will discuss educational philosophy of Aurobindo Ghosh.
अरविंदो घोष जी का शिक्षा दर्शन। श्री अरविंदो घोष जी एक महान दार्शनिक, शिक्षाविद और कवि हुए। इनका जन्म 15 अगस्त 1872 ईस्वी में कलकत्ता में हुआ। इनके पिताजी कृष्णन घोष एक मशहूर सर्जन थे और अरविंदो घोष जी को इनका पिता ने लॉरेंट कॉन्वेंट स्कूल दार्जिलिंग में भेजा और उसके बाद 1879 ईस्वी में जब वो 7 साल के थे तो इनके पिताजी ने इनके दो भाई बहनों के साथ इंग्लैंड में शिक्षा ग्रहण के लिए भेज दिया। वहां पर 14 वर्ष तक रहे और अपनी शिक्षा पूरी की। और इसके साथ साथ इन्होंने जब वो इंग्लैंड में शिक्षा ग्रहण कर रहे थे तो उन्होंने उसमें इंडियन सिविल सर्विसेज का एग्जाम भी पास किया और उसके बाद 1893 ईस्वी में इंडिया वापिस आ गए। और इसके साथ साथ इन्होंने बड़ौदा में गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज ज्वाइन की और यहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज में अंग्रेजी के प्राध्यापक नियुक्त हुए और वहाँ पर उन्होंने एक शिक्षक के रूप में अपनी सेवाएं दी। जब 1905 में बंगाल का आंदोलन शुरू हुआ तो इस आंदोलन में श्री अरविंदो घोष जी भी कूद पड़े और अरविंदो घोष जब इस आंदोलन में सक्रिय हुए तो उस दौरान एक बॉम्ब कांड हुआ। उस बॉम्ब कांड में अरविंदो घोष जी को जेल जाना पड़ा। जब ये जेल गए तो इनके जीवन का टर्निंग पॉइंट था। जेल के दौरान जो ये अध्यात्म की तरफ मुड़ गए और इन्होंने निश्चय किया कि अब मैं पूरी लाइफ जो आध्यात्मिक जिंदगी जीऊंगा। और इस तरह से जब ये जेल छूटने के बाद जब बाहर आए तो ये पौंडीचेरी में चले गए और वहाँ पर उन्होंने एक अपना आश्रम स्थापित किया और बिगिनिंग में ये जो है 4-5 अनुयायियों के साथ जो है वहाँ पर रहने लगे और धीरे धीरे जो है इनकी अनुयायियों की संख्या बढ़ती गई और इस आरंभ में इन्होंने योगा और मेडिटेशन के ऊपर ध्यान दिया और इस तरह से अपने स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट की। इस तरह से आध्यात्मिक जीवन बिताते हुए पौंडीचेरी में ही 5 दिसंबर 1950 को श्री अरविंदो घोष जी का देहांत हो गया। Aurobindo Ghosh's concept of education. What does a true education really signify? Sri Aurobindo Ghosh said that there are three things that education must take into account. Number one, the man. Number two, the nation or people. Number three, universal humanity. He narrates the kinds of education we need in our country in the following words. According to Aurobindo Ghosh, we need an education proper to the Indian soul, temperaments, and culture that we are in quest of. Not indeed something faithful merely to the past, but to the developing soul of India, to her future need, to the greatness of her coming self. According to him, there are 6 aims of education that are: number one, physical development and holiness; number two, training all senses, hearing, speaking, listening, touching, smelling, and
Tasting.
number third, achieving mental development of the child; number four, development of morality; number fifth, development of conscience; number six, development of spiritual development. His main motto was to synthesize Western rationalism with Eastern metaphysics. His academic interest was interdisciplinary in scope. He incorporated the ideas of political science, education, sociology, psychology, and philosophy in his thoughts. He was deeply influenced by Western thoughts, most significantly Charles Darwin, evolutionary theory, and French intellectual Henri Bergson. philosophy of cognitive evolution. Aurobindo Ghosh emphasized that education should be imparted in accordance with the needs of modern life. He believed that education should create such citizenship who are dynamic and able to face any challenge in modern society. He emphasized that the main aim of education to promote spiritual development. According to him, every human being has a fragment of divine existence within himself, and education can scan it from each individual to its full extent. Core ideas of Aurobindo Ghosh on education. Despite having Western education, Aurobindo Ghosh was critical of the education of his time. He was aware of the fact that the education system which was in existence had just turned to be a machine of knowledge and did not touch upon the needs and spirit of citizens of modern times. If education confines itself to accumulation of knowledge, it cannot be called real education. A balance must be struck between the various faculties of memory, imagination, perception, and reason, which are the edifices of thoughts and knowledge and the tools and materials used in education. In his view, memory, judgment, and creative powers are ever growing faculties that give a boost to education. Now we discuss principle of teaching according to Aurobindo Ghosh. The first principle is the first principle of the true teaching is that nothing can be taught. The teacher is not an instructor or a taskmaster, he is a helper and guide. अरबिंदो घोष जी के अनुसार शिक्षा का जो पहला सिद्धांत था कि शिक्षक एक इंस्ट्रक्टर और स्वामी के रूप में नहीं होना चाहिए, बल्कि टीचर को अपनी भूमिका एक हेल्पर और मार्गदर्शन के रूप में जो है मार्गदर्शक के रूप में निभानी चाहिए. Number two, the second principle is that the mind has to be consulted in its growth. The ideas of hammering the child into the shape desired by the parents or teacher is a barbarous and ignorant super, superstitions. The third principle of teaching is to work from the near to the far, from the known to the unknown. Man's nature is molded by his soul, past, his heredity, and his environment. The past is foundations, the present is the materials, and future is the aim. And each must find its due and natural place in any national system of education. About mother tongue, according to Aurobindo Ghosh. Aurobindo Ghosh was of the views that Indian brain have tremendous potential, but with the introduction of a language unknown to a large number of people, their potential was hampered. The new system of education introduced subject in a foreign language unknown to most. He believed that the medium of instruction is an essential factor in learning. Unless a child does not mentally master of language, he will be unable to understand the subject and gain mastery over it. He suggests that mother tongue is the best medium of instruction in the new national system of education. Ghosh had proposed that mother tongue should be the medium of instruction. अरबिंदो घोष जी का मातृभाषा के बारे में विचार था कि जब भी हम बच्चों को शिक्षा दें तो उनकी मातृभाषा में शिक्षा दें, क्योंकि अगर मातृभाषा में शिक्षा हम देंगे बच्चों को तो वो हर एक विषय के कंसेप्ट को आसानी से समझ जाएंगे और उसके बारे में उनको डीपली नॉलेज होगा। अगर हम शिक्षा का माध्यम इंग्लिश या दूसरी विदेशी भाषा को रख देंगे तो उसके माध्यम से अ, उस बालक के, उस छात्र के विषय से संबंधित जो कंसेप्ट होंगे वो क्लियर नहीं होंगे। तो इस तरह से अरबिंदो घोष जी जो है मातृभाषा को ही शिक्षा का माध्यम जो है बनाना चाहते थे। द अरबिंदो ashram at Pondicherry, the ashram located near the seashore, he has a number of fine buildings scattered over a vast area. Over 800 inmates of the ashrama are down not only from different parts of India but also from the world. There is no high or low in the ashram. The ashram is intended to provide an environment of peace and harmony. Efforts are made to put into practice the ideals of human unity. A strict code of discipline has to be maintained by the sadhakas and also the visitors. All activities in the asrama are taken in the spirit of services and dedication to the second. The library and the reading room are well equipped in Aurobindo Ghosh ashram at Pondicherry. The ashram school and the International Center of Education. The school was originally started in 1943 for the children of Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. It expanded gradually from a primary school to a full-fledged high school. The International Center of Education. The objectives of underlying the center are to involve a system of education for making it dynamic, ideals for society, to organize an environment which may provide inspiration and facilities for the exercise and development of the five aspects of personality: the physical, the vital, the mental, the psyche, and the spiritual. Number third, to emphasize the unity of all knowledge. Number fourth, tie develop the senses of oneness of mankind, to discover and prepare for the role India has to play in the formation of the new international harmony. Auroville, Auroville, the city of Downs near Pondicherry, was inaugurated by the mother in 28 February 1968 with the representative from 121 nations pouring soil from their respective lands into a lotus-shaped urn symbolizing the unity of the human race. It was intended to give practical expression to Sri Aurobindo Ghosh's visions of a modern, self-supporting community whose members would take full advantages of scientific developments while playing greater emphasis on spiritual awareness. According to its own character, Auroville belongs to nobody in particulars, it belongs to humanity as a whole. Conceived as the city of human unity, its objective was that there should be somewhere upon the earth a place that no nation could claim as its sole property, a place where all could live freely as the citizen of the world. Alas, the objectives is fed from reality. Today, Auroville is a house divided against itself, apart from the two major societies, and number of small groups within groups have taken seek to perfect their own self-interest. The most disturbing factor is that a large number of residents of the city of Down are either drug addicts or people who are simply running away from life. Thank you so much.